Hello, hello. Stop playing with the camera, April. This is our weekly broadcast where we discuss everything that has to do with search and AI. They overlap a lot. There is no discussing one without touching up on the other. So at this point, it is both SEO and whichever else acronym you want to use. We are all for that. I use all of them on my LinkedIn because the industry cannot decide if we need a new term. I'm Anne Smarty. I'm the co-founder of Smarty.marketing and boutique agency. We do optimize for organic search and LLMs, and we have very unique approaches, including Reddit marketing, brand positioning, digital PR, geo, AI, audits, whatever you want to call them. All of that we do, and I've been in SEO for more than 20 years at this point, so I've definitely seen it all. And I'm here to talk about the new stuff that's going on. And luckily for us, we have something going on every week. So there is a fresh topic on Monday. There is always something I want to discuss on Wednesday because there are so many things happening in our industry. With me today and always, April, our director of social, as well as outreach specialist, designer, and so much more. Thank you so much for joining us, April. April is not an SEO. That's why she brings that fresh perspective to all topics and also questions. So if you have any question, please post them in comments. Wherever you are watching us from, we are streaming to LinkedIn, YouTube, X, and I forgot what else. And something else, but anyways, we have Facebook. So please ask your questions, and April will be bringing them up so that we can discuss them here. If we run out of time, we don't want to make this too long. But if we do run out of time and we cannot answer your question, still ask them. We will always go back in the comments and answer them. Also, please check out Smarty.marketing. There is a cool option there to schedule a 15-minute long phone call with me, a quick meeting where you can also ask any questions you have. Those are not sales calls. I just love talking to people, to businesses, and know what they are doing to survive the new age of SEO, of organic visibility, and all of that. Today we have a very hot topic to discuss. Before, let me just talk a little bit about our new updates in the industry. First of all, Google's spam update stopped rolling out 2 days ago, September 22. It was a big one. It is not link spam, it is on-site spam update. Please check your rankings, check the Search Console to see if there is anything weird going on. Chances are you will see something weird that may not be related to the spam update because, as we discussed last week, Search Console is a little bit behaving crazy because Google stopped a lot of scrapers and AI agents from visiting everything that below page one of search results. So the data there is still a little bit stabilizing. So there will be some weird things you will see there. Don't get too scared. Look at your clicks. I would say clicks are still okay. Average position and impressions are the two metrics that are shaken up in Search Console, but you can always see your clicks there. They should be okay. Now, with that in mind, there are a few other things and research and studies that I was sharing on my subreddit, SEO for AI. Please check it out. It's a great collection, curation of new studies, new tools, everything new that has to do with building AI visibility in LLMs. And from there, I'm sure my team will be sending you the links in the comments to the subreddit. From the subreddit updates, first of all, AI overviews have changed the output a little bit. Now the citation links are moved to the very bottom, the very like the lowest, you have to click the AI overview to even see the citations. So chances are you will see even fewer clicks from AI overviews. Not that they were very clickable before, but maybe I guess there will be even less clickable now. So if you see you're losing a few clicks, that might be why. With that in mind, there are a few huge publications that are suing Google over that they are stealing those clicks from them while still using their content. So interestingly enough, Google's response to all those legal actions was to make even fewer clicks. But we will see. I'm sure there will be a lot of changes to AI overviews anyways, because Google is not yet monetizing them well enough. We see experiments here and there, but as long as Google learns to monetize those clicks, I'm sure we will see those citations moving around again, and we will report on that here as well. There is an interesting study on the impact of schema on both organic search and AI overviews. Please check it out. It is non-conclusive, just like any SEO experiment, but it showed that the page with a proper detailed schema markup was ranking better and was picked up by AI overviews as well within a week. I think the very, very few days of publication. So check the details out. I don't really understand the huge drama about AI overview, about using schema in our industry. I'm not sure if you've ever seen, but some people support using it and some are against using schema. My logic here is that we really don't know. Like I always say, there is no official support of schema for rankings. Google only using a few types to generate rich snippets, but they always say there is no impact on organic search just because you use schema. Your snippet may be more clickable and that may help it rank higher, but that's about it. There is no direct impact from schema on search results, according to Google's representatives. But it doesn't hurt. It definitely, and as long as you keep schema information consistent to your on-page visible information, there is nothing to be afraid of. It's very easy to implement. It may or may not help. It will definitely not hurt. So if you can utilize schema, I would always say our jobs as search engine optimizers has always been making it easier for search crawlers and now AI agents to understand what the page is about. Whether they use schema or not, we will not know, but if there is a chance it's helpful, why not? At smarty.marketing, if you scroll down to the footer of the site, you will see a few very useful, handy schema generators that we are sharing. There is no registration required. Very easy to use, no technical knowledge needed. So if you can use schema, my recommendation would be do that, whether it's for SEO, GEO, whichever AOO, but why not? Finally, Ahrefs came out with a new research of the most cited domains in ChatGPT. Reddit is leading globally and in the United States. Again, if you're not paying attention to your brand digital footprint on Reddit, you should start doing that immediately. It is the very bottom of your sales funnel. If someone is researching your reputation, chances are they will find all the answers on Reddit, and you do want to have your voice there in a good way. Do not spam Reddit, but you have to be on Reddit for sure. There is a tutorial from I think it's Backlinko, very fresh one this week, on how to use Reddit. I do not support most of what he's sharing, even though I do like Dean, but I don't really support what he's suggesting doing there. He suggests creating those profiles that are not branded, that fake some of the answers and sentiments there. I would always say on Reddit, the best thing you can do is being very authentic and helpful to protect your reputation and also control more of it. If you want to know how we are doing that, please get in touch. Smarter Marketing, again, has both the contact form and the option to schedule a call where I will just tell you how we do it and why it is a safer approach than trying to fake anything. So with that, quite an introduction, but there is a lot going on. I'm sorry. The topic of today is AI mode and Google Chrome integration of the AI mode. A few, like 3 weeks ago, when we knew that Google was keeping Google Chrome, the rumor had it that the court will rule that they have to sell it. They do not have to sell it. So that's a huge chunk of data and information they are keeping. And at that point, we all saw it coming that they were going to integrate AI mode heavily in the browser, so that there is much better adoption of their LLM solutions. 3 weeks ago, I said that was going to happen, but probably Google would wait to monetize AI mode first. I was partly correct, but also wrong as well. Google is really rushing with integration, but it's not going to be default, at least that from what I understood from their announcement. It's not live yet in the United States for English-speaking searching. It is going to happen later this month, so we shall see. But it looks like so now when you use URL of any browser, whether it's Firefox, Safari, or Chrome, you can type your search query, click enter, and search Google for that query. That's mostly how I'm searching. I never go to google.com to search. I usually use the URL bar. I don't have any data, but I would assume that's how most people are searching as well. Google Chrome has about 60% browser market share globally. It's a lot of users, and it's a lot of searching as initiated from the URL bar. Google, by the way, calls it Omnibar. I don't know how to pronounce that, but that's where you type the URL to go to the website. It also searching on both mobile and desktop. It is a quick way to search. Now, later this month in the United States first, and then in a few weeks globally, instead of, in addition to searching, there will be an option to open that query in the AI mode. That is going to be, again, not the default. I would assume if you still click enter, it is going to search, but so you have to select AI mode. It will be very helpful for Google because, yes, they will get a lot more visibility for that option for people to just ask AI mode without ever seeing any organic search results. So consequently, we will lose more clicks once that goes live, especially when it goes live globally. So let's all wait for that. Let's keep optimizing for LLM visibility and citability as well. But that's the best we can do. Is we will again be losing clicks, so don't go crazy. If you we have a few weeks, what I suggest doing is test your best pages, your most converting, your most important pages on your site, and optimize them more for conversions and engagements. We will still have clicks, but there will be fewer clicks. So let's make the most of what we have. So you have a few weeks to do that. I would focus, that's how I would prepare for that rollout, is to make sure your website is very, very engaging and very, very high in conversions. At least those pages that do drive conversions at this point, you need to make them even better, whether it's load time, whether it's adding some user-generated content reviews, make sure that your buy buttons are very easy and obvious. Anything you can do to increase conversions would be now helpful. I would remove those huge header images that are distracting and focus on the conversion funnels and paths instead of making it pretty heavy in JavaScript or whatever. So we have a few weeks. I would suggest that would be my action item and recommendation is to see what to do, how to still have more conversions even with fewer clicks. That is would be my best advice at this point. Another integration in Google Search Console is follow-up questions. Whenever you are at any tab, you can click the URL bar and it will show you follow-up questions that will help you make your decisions. For example, if you are on some retailer or e-commerce website, the follow-up question could be what's the return policy, or what the shipping cost, or how much, how fast they ship, what the reviews are, or what the alternatives products are. That is one of my favorite examples is I went to Amazon, I landed on some skincare product. I checked follow-up questions, and the second question was actually asking me, do you want to research alternative products? And when you click that question, it opens the AI mode in the side panel where it does show you similar products from different brands. So it's good, I would assume, for customers. For brands selling something online, that is going to be a lost conversion. So my recommendation here would be to browse your site in Google Chrome now and see what questions AI mode or URL bar is suggesting people clicking and researching further. Again, they're not leaving the page at that point. The AI mode here only opens the side panel, so it's not like they're sending people away, but they can definitely help them change their decision to buy from you. So you need to know those questions and have them answered on your page at least. Or there will be different strategies, I would assume, but definitely need to know what people may be asking when they land on your page in Google Chrome. It's another interesting update here that you can also sometimes there are no questions. The first question is always, help me with this page. When you click that, Google searches in the side panel. So there will be some searching from the URL bar that way. My concern here is that I have no idea how that will be attributed. Which search query, if we're searching about the page using the actual screenshot of that page, it will not be easy to attribute or understand those behaviors. So we will be a little bit in the dark here. We would not know what people are seeing or asking when they look at your page. So I would just have your team browse your site using Google Chrome and keep opening those results in the side panel. Keep looking at those suggested questions and alert you of anything you need attention to pay attention to, and how your content strategy or your something else can be adjusted to giving those answers. With that in mind, that was my update for the week. A lot has happened, most of that are not great news for online businesses, unfortunately, but part of solving those issues and solving those problems and still building your visibility in search or AI, and AI, I would say one is helping the other or vice versa, is knowing what's happening, and that's what we are for. Subscribe in smarty.com to get those updates weekly. I will not bother you more than once a week, sharing what you need to know and what can be changing and what to do about that. We haven't skipped a week yet, and luckily we have something to share every week. Luckily, or maybe unfortunately, depending on how you look at it. But yeah, the part of being able to be found online is knowing what's happening and adjusting quickly. And we are here to help you with that. So April, please share your questions if there are any, or maybe from the audience. I'm a little bit tired of talking, but I will make sure to answer, give answers that I have. I don't have all the answers for sure.
I was just wondering when you were talking about the the skincare products and how it suggests like alternatives. I wonder if it's getting that information from Reddit, because I know there's a lot of like.
Partly, well, it's opening AI mode. AI mode, just like ChatGPT, is using Reddit as one of their top sources. I would say their top source. So part of that would be coming from Reddit. Part of that would be from searching Google, like alternatives to this, alternatives to that, or other products with the key ingredient. So it will be definitely a mix, but knowing how Reddit is also ranking as well, there is double chance that Reddit will be influencing that answer in a big way.
I have a really great question from Julie.
What should be done to ensure your website key page will rank at the top for the questions and suggestions that appear in the URL bar during a search? So a few parts of that question. First of all, I would like to address ensure. There is no ensuring anymore. You can increase your chances. AI citations are very dynamic. You can ask AI mode twice the same question and see different citations every time within an hour. Same with ChatGPT, it's very, very dynamic. And also in other news, ChatGPT is not showing as many citations anymore. I don't know what's happening with LLMs. They add citations, they move citations around. It's somehow it's going to stabilize, but we're not yet that here. How do you increase your chances that your web page, your branded site, or maybe your subreddit, or maybe your social media update will be showing up as the citation to the answer is to be very detailed about what you do, ingredients of that skincare product, return policy on every page, like even it's a little note, should be in text so that do not force to search AI mode further. They can find those answers right on that page. User reviews is one of the most important thing for retail, for e-commerce websites right now. Q&As, all of that, you should know your fan outs as well, fan out queries, to answer those as well, because they may be unique for every page of your site. Allow people post and answer questions, because that would be actual customers' questions. So chances are AI mode will pick up on that. So just work on your pages to be very, very detailed, first of all. Secondly, yes, try to not control, but at least your sentiment on Reddit, but at least have some voice there, official voice, explaining your return policy, explaining your certifications, explaining your products, how your methodology, whatever you are doing. That should be on Reddit from the official trusted source. Do not try to fake that sentiment, for sure. That's a great way to be penalized on in some key subreddits as your brand or website. Try to be very authentic and trustworthy, and of course that is going to help. Know your reviews outside and questions that people ask outside of your website, including Reddit, what they are asking about you, about your competitors, about your product, what they compare you to. Very important. On Reddit, they compare, they always ask for other options, and chances are LLMs will be picking up on the answers, and knowing who you are compared to is very important. It's a huge work. There is no easy answer, unfortunately, but it's also helpful on many more levels. And that's what I'm always saying. Forget about just SEO. Forget about just LLMs or GEO. Everything that I just listed will be helpful on many more levels. If you build trustworthy visibility on Reddit, that will be your new channel for brand discoverability, for more sales, for more brand advocates. If you are doing that right, of course, if you curate your reviews, you will understand your customers better. You will be able to fix your reviews, but you will also help them discover, other people discover your brand through those reviews and through other pages. So it's all not just for geo, not just for SEO. It's helpful on many other levels as well, if you do all of that right, for sure. Create content, your own listicles, gifts. Christmas is coming, so start working on those best gifts for teachers, best gifts for mom, best gifts for your, I don't know, postman, whoever you are giving, whoever you are serving, whichever your target audience is. Try to create a lot of listicles that are useful. They compare products. They let people find by price. They target some definitive audience, not just anyone, but you can create lists that for people who are looking for affordable gifts or affordable options. You can create higher level lists for others. So you need to make your context needs to be very, very consistent and very well planned and strategic. All of that will increase your chances to show up in many LLMs, including AI mode. And not just that, it will increase your chances not just to be cited, but to be part of the answer. Because it's not just your page that now has those options. It's now your competitors' pages are vulnerable to that as well, that customers may be asking those questions and seeing you as one of the alternative. So it's not just your side that is going to struggle with that. You want to be part of the answer as well, and all of that will be helpful. So the first thing for sure would be know who you are targeting and what questions they may be asking. And many of those questions may be suggested by AI mode. And I feel like it's also useful for overall discoverability in LLMs, because right now we really don't know which prompts people are going to ask. But now LLMs actually suggest questions to your audience, and you can see those. It's much more transparency for marketers and business owners as well, because now we know that at least some of those prompts will be AI generated by Google Chrome, and now you can see what those questions could be. And that is a great list of ideas to optimize your current page, create more content, create more Reddit threads inside your subreddit. All of those can be used in many, maybe all of that, depending on which question that is. But definitely a lot of work. It's actually exciting because it's the right marketing.
Speaking of Reddit, brands on Reddit actually had a comment, someone saying they appreciated the fact that like it was the brand account and we're being transparent and everything. Like, oh, they're still using Reddit for like marketing, but at least they're like not hiding behind anything. And like I respect that. And so I was like, that was a really motivating comment.
Exactly. Even sometimes we set up and manage niche subreddits for clients, so they don't have their own brand name. But even then, when we do that, we make sure that in the description, in the like text widget, everywhere, we make sure to disclaim that this subreddit is by this brand, so that it is very, very obvious. We do not try to be fake about that. I think transparency on Reddit is very, very important. Unfortunately, also very, very much misunderstood by most marketers, because they think if they are officially there, people will not trust that comment if it's coming from the official brand. I think the opposite is actually true. If you are transparent and authentic there, you as a brand are becoming more trustworthy. People will trust your comment and your answer as well. So it's very much misunderstood. And the article I mentioned earlier is all about creating generic accounts and using them to comment in the right place, in the right thread, saying, oh, this company is great. It may work until it doesn't. Unfortunately, it doesn't bring those long-term benefits of being on Reddit and being transparent on Reddit. And the long term is creating your trustworthy channel. I think it's whether Reddit is ranking or not, by itself, it's a huge community, and having a trusted entity there is priceless. Unfortunately, it is not, as always, it's not easy or fast. It's very rewarding, but it's not easy or fast. And that's why a lot of businesses and a lot of marketers are trying those shortcuts, which are very dangerous and risky on Reddit. With that, I hope you enjoyed my quick introduction to this week's updates in SEO and AI. Please join us every week, 1 p.m. EST. Subscribe at inspire.com to know what's going on every week and what we're going to discuss, and ask your questions. I would love to hear what you are struggling with and maybe hopefully be helpful with that as well. Thank you so much, and see you next week.
Thanks, everyone.